What is going on, everybody? It's good to be back. Random Hero Gaming here. And today, I got a little something on my mind about the big old Boogeyman video games. Yes, video games are totally the reason that you are not where you are in life. Video games are the most dangerous, pernicious of hobbies. Video games are the great silent killer of potential and your ability to perform as a man, as a woman. It's video games, yeah. Stop playing video games. It's killing you. Video games are bad. Video games are evil. Like, does anyone else just get tired of that? There's a lot of people that make these type of videos. I try to watch some of them, not all of them. But there's people that are always saying video games are the reason why things are bad, why you're feeling unaccomplished in life, this and that. And it's one thing to take ownership of your life. Yes, it's quite obvious you shouldn't be playing video games for 18 hours a day. That goes without saying. I mean, you don't need someone on here to tell you that. But I do have a big issue with people that say log off, stop playing video games. It's ruining your life. And I ask you this. Why we need to ask the question mostly, why do people turn to video games? Why are video games just absolutely eating at the youth? And it's not because it's a drug. It's not because like they're putting freaking cocaine in your Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke. People are turning to video games because, well, realistically, the ability to accomplish and achieve and live a heroic journey, I would say, that's probably the best. A heroic journey has been neutered. It's been stripped from us, especially as a man. You're kind of capped out in what you can achieve in the corporate world. You're kind of capped out in the colleges maybe you could apply to and get into. So if you want to live this hero's journey, you turn to video games. And I would rather, instead of demonizing video games, people would come on here and demonize the incentives to participate in society. Why isn't society more what's the word I'm looking for? Why isn't it that people choose society instead of video games? It was so great if, 20-something years ago, way fewer people were strapped into video games. And I mean, it's not so much that games have become better, more realistic. It's that the alternative is a world that is quite, I don't know, hollow. That's why people turn to video games. It's not because there's a magic drug in them. It's not because your dopamine receptors are being hijacked. It's because the incentive to not participate in video games has weakened. And it's not that video games have become better. I think everyone can agree video games have not become better in the last decade. But another thing is, why do we as a society, why is in mainstream society is there always the stereotype of the gamer, the ugly, disgusting, rotten gamer? Women don't want to be near the gamers. Women don't want to touch the gamers. The gamers are vile. They're gross. They're icky. But the people that say this go on to watch, I don't know, 7-8 hours of football on the weekends, college, pros, NBA. They got their little parlays. They're losing $20 a night, spending on parlays. How crazy is that? doing entering parlays, 5, 6 team, 6-leg parlays, where your odds are, 300 to 1. It's like that has become more socially acceptable than playing 2 hours of a video game. Not even a video game. What about like role-playing games? How did we get there? Where if a woman watches 9 hours of some Netflix reality show, binge watches it, brags about, I can't wait till the new season of Joe Blow Island Love Fest comes out, and I'm gonna binge watch, and it's like they brag about it, and it's like, oh my god, that's so relatable, that's so true. But like if you're a guy and you're like, yeah, I love to unwind, I like to play 3-4 hours of video games a day, maybe more on the weekends. You're actually using your brain, interacting with the video games. You're making friends. You're talking to people. Strategy is involved in many of these games. But that is way less demonized than... Or that is way more demonized than just turning your brain off and enjoying slop. Just pure slop during the week. And... Again, I'm not saying escapism is bad. Escapism, I think, is necessary. I don't think you can, as they say, raw dog this modern world. You need to tune out. And, if you do it through shows, movies, whatever, that's fine by me. I think you need to. But then these people point the finger at video games. I mean, how many brain cells are you using watching some Marvel show on Netflix compared to playing a video game? How many brain cells are you using watching the Dallas Mavericks versus the Lakers? And a video game is what, $60? It's going up, but even if it's $100, these jerk-offs doing their stupid parlays are wasting money. They're literally giving money to billionaire, like just handing it over, just forking it over. That is, to me, repulsive. So, like, don't get on here and be like, if you want to level up in your 20s, you need to cut out the video games. But yeah, watching sports and knowing every starting roster in the NBA, that's totally fine. Spending money on parlays and watching what's another trendy show out? Like they won't tell you that watching. I'm trying to think. I really am not tuned in with TV shows, but they'll try to tell you like, yeah, go watch your show, watch your Breaking Bad. I don't know, but like that requires far less brain power. And Breaking Bad isn't even a bad show. That's probably a horrible example because it maybe intuitively sparks something, but I just can't stand it. There's this big boogeyman in this community of video games. While you're playing video games, people are telling you not to play video games. And it's even worse when it's not even people on here. It's even worse when you're IRL, talking to the normies. It's a pretty overused term, but I mean, that's a great term. You know what I'm talking about. The very well-adjusted Type A people. I was talking with my cousin. He's my age. Total Chad, also, as they say. A bit of a tough term to say out loud. Easier to type. I'm talking to him and his girlfriend. The Quest 3 had came out, and they don't know much about VR. We were just talking. Like, I really like my Quest 3. I like watching movies and stuff in there. I was passionate. I was enjoying it. And she just snickers. I prefer living in the real world. It took everything in me to just kind of squeeze my fist in my pocket and just kind of laugh it off. But a lot of people that demonize video games are people that were born on third base and think they hit a home run and everything's great and everything's so good. This world is amazing. It's great. So I just want to say, I just can't stand this villainizing of video games. You make friends playing video games. You use your brain playing video games. Video games are far less evil than watching shows and movies and mindless entertainment. And I don't think it's very close. I really don't. So I just wanted to get on here, kind of ramble a bit about that. And yeah, you know what? Life isn't meant to be very pleasant. It's just not. There's good moments, there's bad moments, but overall it's largely unpleasant. So whatever you can use to get by, go for it. Cope, whatever. Scream cope. I don't care. You die, we die. Every grave goes unvisited. So cope all you want. Cope, cope, cope. Cope. I'll catch you all next time. Like and subscribe. Random Hero Gaming, I'm out. Peace.